Hello, teacher and classmates. My name is Antonio Uribe. Actually, I study in biomedical engineer, and today I talk about of my project with the topic bionic prosthesis. The first thing that I explain to you is the definition of prosthesis. Prosthesis is a tool that we use to replace and simulate the part of the body that they lost in an accident or genetic causes. We have a lot of types of prosthetics. For example, we have a prosthetic for a hand, a part of the arm, all the arm, legs, eyes, nose, teeth, and during the research of the information of my project, I found information about a lot of investigations that supposed to create prosthetic organs. This in specific, in particularity and personally, I think that is important to develop because a prosthetic organs create a new form to save lives. A lot of persons in these days dies because don't obtain the organ in the time that they need, and the organs in these prosthetic organs are made in with the qualities of the person that need blood type, mm, the size, etc. I think that these developments are important, and I hope that this technology stay more closer that that I think this is important to do. Well, today I'll talk about two types of prosthetic, in specific, the simulation prosthetic and bionic prosthetic. The first type, the simulation prosthetic, have the characteristic that don't have movement, and in cases that these simulation prosthetics have moved, we only have one and is limited by the joint. The materials, in particular this type of prosthetics, we found in plastic, in some cases metal, a hybrid of plastic and metal. The creation of these prosthetics are very cheap because with the technology or 3D printer, we create the own prosthetic if any part of the body. For example, we have in this we have a lot of prosthetic of simulation. The exception of prosthetic simulation are the legs. Why? The legs are the prosthetics that have one joint, the simulation of the knee. Why? This particularly have one function. The function is help the person to move again, have the possibility to another person to walk, to get up, to sit down with this type of technology. But the movement are limited by the joint. And it's not, and we have a lot of types of legs. For example, these don't have joints. It's only the the prosthetic. These don't have move, but bring stability in the person that the person stand up. We have this in particular. This type have more movements, With this prosthetic, we can jump, we can run, we can walk, but are very expensive because the material is metal, the joints are metal. So the only form that you see this type of prosthetics are you are millionaire or see the Paralympics. This is the only form that you see on this type of prosthetic. Well, in the case of bionic prosthetic, we have the characteristic is are have a natural or mechanical movements or robotic movements. For example, a robotic movements are stopped in some times in a specific and don't close my hand in totality. We found this me in mechanical in the prosthetics of low price. The normal movements are this. The cost of these models are very expensive because we have more technology, more sensors, more joints, etc. etc. The other characteristic is the materials that they found this type of prosthetics. For example, we found a bionic prosthetic of hand in titanium, metal, PLE, that is a polymer of plastic, and polymers of latex to create the feel that you have a real skin. This is more expensive. The models, we have all type of models for this prosthetic type. We have hands, arms, legs, and actually I think that one German company had the creation of a bionic eye that connect to the brain to see again with both eyes. Well, how they work? It's simple in simple words. The brain sent the messages to the muscle. The muscle transmit a signal to the socket that have position in the specific parts of the arm. In this case, the socket receives these messages to the muscle and transform in electrical pulse that go to the little computer that we have in the hand in this part, and this computer transform the electrical pulse in mechanic movements. In this case, in the image, we can open the Pepsi. This is interesting because all the movements that we need is in 1 second. All these measures pass in 1 second. All the things that we think the things that you think in your mind, we can do with these bionic prosthetics. And it's very interesting and very fantastic. How will they evolve? Like any technology, the evolve is necessary. Actually, we have a lot of bionic prosthetic. For example, this hand, this polymer have the capacity to recreate the skin with latex to the This in particular have the opportunity to the person touch and feel this material like his own skin. This is incredible because a lot of persons without an arm, a leg, can feel again with the part that they lost. And another involved that the bionic prosthetics have is the creation of prosthetics organs that explain in a few moments. For me, it's interesting because a lot of lives can you can save with this technology. We have the opportunity to save lives with this technology, and I think that we need to do more for this technology. A lot of persons think that is not good idea to create this technology, create prosthetics, because a lot of persons don't use, but the person that use these things tell that it's it's incredible that you can play with your son, for example, soccer with a prosthetic leg, because you can stand up, go with your son, and play soccer. Any person without leg say that and have a kid say the same thing. They might only hope that I the only hope that I have is to stand up and play with my son. So it's interesting that this technology can help these persons to do own his his dream. Actually, we have one company that create this type of technology. His name is PH P4H Bionics. This is the link of the official page of this. It's a creation with 3D printer model of a hand. And this is the official page of this. The I I researched this because my major is this. I study biomedical engineering because I have the opportunity to help person with this technology. I think that it's important that if you have the power to do something, you need to do, because a lot of persons need your intelligence, your all the things that you know. So these these courses are very interesting. So I the only thing that I say in this moment is thank you for the attention. Have a good morning, good night, or good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you for giving me this moment to explain this topic that I like very much. And see you later. Have a have a good night. Have a good weekend. See you.